The GMen Show 21. Does it matter? Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's the GMen Show. Talking fruit, tech, and ego. Hot takes, cold coffee, still hitting every keynote. They roast your phone. No. They roast each other. Tips, rants, one after another. Is that a feature or just a bug? Either way, it gets a shrug. GMen Show. Turn it up. Let the fanboys know. Questions, rants, or a nerdy confession. Call in now. Join the obsession. 703-828-4677. 703-828-4677. Yeah!
And welcome everyone to the G-Man Show. He's Gaz, I'm Guy, got it right that time. And here we are recording another one. CES has come and gone with many attendees nursing hangovers and jet lag of monumentous proportions. Oh, and apparently lots of TVs, refrigerators with built-in AI, and sofas that track how many calories each of the Cheetos that you've been eating has, as well as that amount of artery clogging that they do. Also some, Apple-related stuff as well, I suppose. Gaz, how are you today, sir? Whoops. I'm still trying to get used to it. There he is, but no, I want that one right there. Good. Okay. There's a reason why things are more confused than usual. Yes, there is.
It's because you're on the show. No, that's nasty. That's
Step
nasty.
one, guys on the show.
Yeah. I'm very good, Guy, actually. Today has been one of our volunteering days. So we've been out chopping trees and clearing stuff out and putting it into dead hedges. And actually yesterday I was doing, it wasn't yesterday, it was Saturday. I was doing lots of chopping after we did a big walk with the dog, Wolf Wanderings. And I did lots of chopping because we've got a wood stove in our house. So we like to have, it's got a glass front. So we see a very lovely fire, but I'm chopping up the wood nice and small. So it gets up to heat pretty quickly. Yeah. And today somebody said, Gaz, well, they actually called me my real name, which is kind of Gaz.
It's Gaz,
my mum, but I went in. And they said, would you like some wood? So we got 4 barrel loads of wood from them, which
nice.
I've now moved.
So your neighbor gave you wood.
I did a load more chopping today. So lots of chopping. However, I have a complaint, Guy.
Against who?
Apple.
Oh, phew. Okay. Go ahead. I'm okay then.
I don't know whether this has affected anybody else, but my Apple TV will not connect to the remote connection or the remote app. It's not really an app because it is an app on the phone, but you can't, like the old remote app that you could find on the iOS device. Now it's kind of it's in the background. It's on the menu. Anyway, it won't, whenever I go into that app now, it won't connect. It occasionally connects and then loses connection, and it says trying to reconnect, and if I delete everything out of the Apple TV, restart the phone, restart the Apple TV, go in, reconnect the connection, it just can't connect. So I've kind of been living with this for a few weeks, and then last night and the night before, can't remember, I thought, my iPad's got the same remote. I occasionally use that. I'll check, see if that's working. Same problem. My dear lady, Mrs. GazMaz, she also has the remote, but she never uses it. She just tells me when to turn over or when to change channels,
of course,
or when to use a device.
Right.
Anyway, I tried her phone. No good. My daughter occasionally comes in and she has access, and she's been using her remote. And she said, yeah, didn't tell you, Dad, it's not been working for the last few weeks. So there is a problem, and I do not know what that problem is, because the iOS device is up to date on everything. It's up to date on everything, but that shouldn't affect it anyway, because it's never affected it in the past. Even when my daughter's had a different iOS device, it would still work for her. So I'm a bit perplexed, and I'm rather annoyed, because can I find anything about this reconnecting problem? Can I heck? So I think I'm going to have to try and contact Apple
Well, is the phone and the Apple TV on the same Wi-Fi network?
I'm going to punch you in the face, Guy, because
Okay.
that's the sort of question I wouldn't expect from you, knowing me, knowing you.
I have multiple Wi-Fi networks.
No, can I stop you there? I've got to stop you there.
Okay.
Everybody in the UK just went aha when I just did that little speech. Look out for Alan Partridge and you'll find out why. Now, yes, they are on the same network.
Okay.
Because basically I do have two networks, but family, myself, we're always on the same network. But the thing is, it occasionally connects, but then it loses it. So there is, I just don't know what's going on.
Okay, that is odd. That was all I had. I have multiple Wi-Fi networks here too.
I really don't want to restart the Apple TV because we've got lots of sign-ins in there, and I'm going to have to go through all of those sign-ins to do it again. And if the remote's not working, I don't want to have to put the password into all of those devices because it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So I'm just perplexed. So if anybody else out there is having this problem and has solved it, then please contact me. And if you've got the problem and you haven't solved it, contact me. And obviously I shall update people in a future show. But I'm really, really annoyed and frustrated.
Right. gmenshow at iCloud.com. And
wow, look at that.
Yeah.
A zinger.
And don't forget, you can also call on our number, though don't call it if you're overseas.
703-828-4677.
There you go.
Okay.
I won't do it all.
Okay. Yeah, those are like the two big ways to get hold of us. Or of course you can contact him on Gaz's social media choices. However,
see, now we don't. Now we've done it. We don't have to do all the social stuff.
Well, we will anyway because it's funny.
Well,
I kind of enjoy doing it that way.
You say it's funny.
It is funny. It is. I laugh almost every single week because I can just imagine the frustration of the listening audience. They're like, "Oh, they're doing it again." Okay. Anyway, the reason why this week is kind of special now, as far as my week goes, nothing has gone on for me over the course of the last week. I was supposed to actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. He had an emergency. The doctor had an emergency. And so now, instead of seeing him on Tuesday the 13th, I'll see him on whatever day the 28th of January is. So that's my day today. But the reason why things are somewhat confused right now, even though it probably doesn't look too much different because I'm using the same background as we always have. The big difference is I have my name under my window. Gaz has his name under his window. And we are using Ecamm Live Pro to record the show this week. I got a lot of help. Do you remember when we were going to record that one week? I was talking to Mike Potter. That's what I was talking to Mike Potter about, was all of this. And because
all of the listeners to this program are going, well, I think I might be able to hear something slightly different, but I don't watch it, so I don't care.
Well, the audio part of the show, same as it ever was. Going into Hindenburg.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was. The big difference is going to be the video component. And eventually I'll figure out how to do banners and, so that when we're doing socials, it'll also appear on the screen because, I can't leave well enough alone. And I can actually, while we're doing the show, I can do things like bring up Just Gaz. And so Gaz is on the screen right now, Just Gaz. I can bring just me up, or we're back to the two of us on screen at the same time. And I actually have a Stream Deck. So all of these shortcuts that I'm using to bring up the different stuff, I can assign to the Stream Deck eventually. Once I figure out how the Stream Deck works, I bought it and couldn't figure out how to use it.
dear, oh dear, oh dear. You just like wasting money, don't you?
Well, that was back. I mean, that was like last year. I still had a job then. Now it's like, okay, I bought the damn thing. I need to figure out not only how to use it. See, the big thing wasn't so much that I couldn't figure out how to use it. I was having trouble figuring out why to use it. Because when we use StreamYard, it doesn't work with StreamYard. It has to be a program within the computer that will do all of these things. StreamYard, of course, is all browser-based, so it didn't affect anything I did there. So I guess in hindsight, I should have just returned it. But I didn't. I still have it.
But you didn't.
I did not. So
yeah,
that's where we are with that. And before we go any further, Gaz, the reason why I say that the podcast is going to sound exactly like it has on the audio side is because I am still loving my Heil PR35 microphone.
I'm so pleased, and we're going to jump straight into Gaz's snippets. Now, I jumped into I was a bit late doing my snippets. Yeah, dive straight into my snippets. And I went into Net Newswire, which is the aggregator that I use. And I generally try and do them during the course of the week rather than leaving them in a big block, because then I've got to sit there and go through and it can be a bit tiresome. And I can miss stuff. So I try not to do it in one big block, but I've been so busy in the last week that I had to do it this morning. Well, when I opened it up, there was well more than double the amount of feeds I got. And I just put my head in my hands thinking, oh no. And then I realized CES. So I put a filter on it for everything with CES and nipped through those really quickly because I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything Apple that I wanted to put in. And there was just one. I found one guy. Now, you're probably going to have found a load more because you've probably been interested in CES. I haven't had the slightest interest in CES for the last couple of years because I don't know why. It's just bored me. So the very first item I've got here, after I'd got through all of those feeds, the very first one is CES. And there isn't a great deal more after that for Apple. So let's kick straight in. CES 2026, Satechi launches a Thunderbolt 5 Cube dock. Now, I'm quite interested in this because my local backups aren't working. Why are they not working? I use, who's the company in OWC? I use one of OWC's older Thunderbolt blocks, and it's now not connecting to my hard drive. So I've got to connect my hard drive direct to the my Mac just to make sure that it's not the OWC drive that's not working, and it's perhaps the drive that may finally gone, because I have had this drive some time. But I saw that, I thought, I'm glad that Satechi are still doing Thunderbolt stuff. Apple has 5. Do you remember a week or so ago I said I did a story about a company that said there's going to be at least 25 new products from Apple this next year or this year? Yes. And I went, yeah. I doubt it very much. Well, this company, analyst website has said, analyst. Yeah, you could say analyst. This website has said that Apple has 5 all new products launching this year, and then they tell you what's coming. If they can tell you what's coming, is it all new, Guy? Really? Well, really?
I think it depends on what they mean by all new. Is it like an entirely new product segment, or is it, because I mean we've talked about the rumor of the A18 Pro powered MacBook, a 13-inch A18 Pro powered MacBook.
Stop there. Stop there.
Sure.
You said the word which to me makes it not all new in any way, shape, or form.
Which word was that?
MacBook.
Yeah. Well, it's It's a new product segment within a segment because we haven't had just a plain MacBook in a long time.
If it says all new products, to me, that means a completely new product.
Well,
We
that
shall
is a new
see.
product.
If Apple bring out an all new product, which is completely new to everybody, I'll give them a tick in the box. Somehow, Guy, I'm going to doubt it.
You don't think that's a new product?
No.
An A18 powered MacBook?
No, it's still a MacBook. It's not an all new product. It's an old product with a new inner.
Okay.
Come on.
I disagree, but we will continue on from there.
Apple Card will move from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan Chase. That seems to be definitively decided now. Now, this, I brought it up because I thought you are kidding me. I will put the link in the show notes and put this as a Gaz's link or, whichever link you want to do, because it is just weird. The SmartLet dual watch band is the most ridiculous Apple Watch accessory yet. Choosing between a conventional watch and an Apple Watch can be tricky. This device lets you put a normal watch and an Apple Watch on it. So you've got a strap. One side has the Apple Watch, and on the other side you can put a normal watch. Ridic. Yeah. Apple shuts down AliveCore antitrust claims after earlier Apple Watch patent win. AliveCore's latest attempt to revive its Apple Watch antitrust case fell short this week, with a federal appeals court handing Apple another win. Today's development follows the company's earlier win in the International Trade Commission patent case last spring.
We're number one. Sorry.
You should be.
Yes.
John Turnus, again profiled as Apple's likely next CEO, with Tim Cook having recently turned the grand old age of 65, and a number of other senior Apple executives having already departed in recent months or heading for the exits. There's been a significant focus on Apple plans on who will succeed Cook as CEO. We shall see. Now, Apple CEO Tim Cook earned $74.3 million in 2025.
Yeah.
Slightly down from $74.6 million in 2024.
Well, he can just bring his own lunch in.
He can. Apple's most watched TV show just barely makes an appearance in the Nielsen streaming chart. I found this interesting because Apple said that this show, which was Pluribus,
great show.
Yeah, but that's their most watched show, and it comes in, I think, at number 9 out of the top 10 streaming originals. Okay. So it just goes to show you Apple's still got, and I think we knew this anyway, some way to catch up on the streaming.
Well, also, it could also mean that people who fill out those forms for Nielsen aren't Apple users.
Maybe. I'm not a Netflix user, so they'd have the same opposite problem with me, wouldn't they? Yeah. Apple wins another round in a AliveCore legal battle over heart rate tech. Okay, Apple this week secured another victory in its ongoing legal dispute with heart monitoring company AliveCore after federal courts upheld a 2024 ruling. It found changes to the Apple Watch were lawful product improvements rather than anti-competitive behavior. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals affirmed, I know I'm repeating this story, but affirmed a lower court decision that rejected AliveCore's antitrust claims. AliveCore have argued that Apple illegally monopolized the market for heart rate analysis apps on watchOS when it replaced its heart rate during physical observation HRPO algorithm within its heart rate neural network HRNN algorithm in watchOS 5. Did you get all that? AliveCore claimed that Apple changed the algorithm so that its ECG cardia band could no longer identify irregular heart rhythms as part of the alleged effort to eliminate opposition in the heart rate analysis space. It's weird, this guy, because I've got a heart rate monitor which I strap on my chest when I go cycling. Yeah. Okay. And it's much more accurate than most other heart rate monitors because it's a specific heart rate monitor and it's on your chest, right? They're much more reliable. Guess what I can do with that heart rate monitor? I can Bluetooth it to my watch, which then picks and uses that information rather than the heart rate. Come on,
you would
guys.
get from like the phone or the watch or whatever,
It's just
earpods.
ridiculous. Just get a life, folks. Apple reminding users of pending home app upgrade requirement back in late 2022. I think we mentioned this a few weeks ago. And 2023, Apple rolled out a new architecture for its Apple Home platform to deliver improved performance and compatibility, although the rollout came out with some hiccups that forced Apple to pull and later release the upgrade. 3 years later, Apple is now on the verge of ending support for the old version. So I doubt that there's many app developers in HomeKit listening to this show, but they've got to pull their finger out and make sure that they've updated.
No, they need to pull their finger out and listen to the show.
12 seconds later.
Hang on a minute. Would you agree with that, Steve?
No.
What does Steve know?
What does he know?
That's the end.
I didn't want to do that.
Oh, I was like, did I do that? Did I do that?
I double click something, I'm afraid. Apple waives the age limit for the board chair Art Levinson and Ron Sugar, but not for Al Gore in prior retirement. Apple's board of directors has chosen to waive its long-standing age 75 retirement guideline. Scratching head here. Tim Cook 65, but Apple have got you can be on the board until 75. So I suppose CEO is different to being on the board.
Well, it is. The board is more of an advisory committee.
Yeah.
Also, I think that since Al Gore invented the internet, that they've just decided that they need some fresh, also invented the internet blood on the board.
Yeah, but it's chosen to waive its long-standing age 75 retirement guideline. If it's waiving,
well, for the other two guys, just not for Al Gore.
Well, yeah, because
he's Al Gore.
He's Al Gore.
Yeah, dustbin of history, Al. There you go.
Well, how old is Al Gore?
Yeah, he must be 75 or getting close to it.
Okay. Anyway, it's the board of directors. They can be old white men. There you go.
Yeah, why not?
India's government denies its plans to demand a smartphone source code. I'm going to come back to that.
Okay.
Apple opposes, I'm going to come back to it very quickly. Apple opposes India's plan to access iOS source code. So there's a bit of a toing and throwing here. Apple and other smartphone manufacturers are resisting an Indian government proposal that would require them to hand over the source code. However, the Indian government is saying, no, we don't have any plans to do that. So I don't quite know the truth here. If you're in India and you're listening to this show, thank you very much. But could you let me know what
and call us on our number. It's free.
Not really.
Not really. No, it is not free from India or any place outside of the US.
I just like it when shows kind of repeat themselves. Well, not shows repeat themselves, but words repeat themselves in a sentence.
Apple so you're TV saying that you like it when words repeat themselves?
In one sentence.
In one sentence.
Apple TV comedy that mocked Golden Globes wins a Golden Globe for the best comedy.
Oh my God, serendipity.
Now you see why I like it.
Holy crap. Inception, serendipity, all coming together.
Apple tops the 2025 smartphone market with 20% share. 10% growth. Apple emerged as the global smartphone market leader in 2025, capturing a 20% market share with a 10% year-over-year shipment growth, the highest among the top 5 brands. Very good. Well done, Apple.
Yeah, with making almost zero changes to the platform.
Absolutely. Google Chrome 150 will be the last version to support Mac OS Monterey. Google has confirmed that its Chrome 150 browser update coming later this year will be the last version to support Mac OS Monterey. Going forward, Chrome 151 and later versions will no longer support Mac OS 12, which Apple released in October 2021. Just in case that affects you folks.
Yeah. It's like, come on. It'll be going on, what, 5 years? 6 years?
Yeah, 2021 is now 5 years.
I mean, there's still some good computers there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Eddie Q touts a record-breaking year for Apple services, including TV, music, and much more. Yawn, yawn, yawn. I can see you doing there.
No. That was a hit out of the park.
Apple confirms, I see. I didn't see your arms moving. Apple confirms Google Gemini will power the next generation Siri this year. In a statement shared with CNBC today, Apple confirmed that Google Gemini will power the next generation of version Siri. That is slated to launch later this year. After careful evaluation, we determined that Google's technology provides the most capable foundation for Apple Foundation models, and we're excited about the innovative new experiences it will unlock for our users, the statement said.
Is that going to include all the privacy concerns and all the rest of that? Or is it going to be like, no, we're going to use, Google Gemini and your information will go to them, but you can trust Google with your information. They've always been good about it.
It says Google Gemini will power. It doesn't say that it'll just be using Google Gemini. We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. Apparently, though, the Google Gemini partnership with Apple will go beyond Siri revamp. Apple and Google announced they've entered a multi-year collaboration under which the next generation. I thought this had given me the extra pieces, but it's a bit. That's not giving me what I thought it was giving me. Anyway, it looks like it's going to go beyond just the Siri revamp, so we shall see.
Yeah.
And to your point, we'll keep our ears to the ground.
Yep. Also, mysteriously, in completely unrelated news, Google is now paying Apple $2 billion a year.
Hang on a minute. Is that unrelated? That's the end of Gazzy Snippets.
Okay. Thank you, Gaz.
I've got to see if I can find that link, haven't I, to make sure that, there it is. I'll send you that link.
Okay. Using Ecamm, it's different because the only thing that Gaz can see is my image on the screen. He doesn't see anything else. So when I do things like solo him, like I did at the beginning of Gaz's Snippets, and how I'm going to solo myself here in a second when we start with the main topic, and then I switch back to the duo thing. It's kind of weird, and this is all just a matter of getting used to this new interface. So we shall see. Oh, you know what? I want to give another shout out to not only Mike Potter, and I can't remember her name, and I feel like such an idiot. The woman that he deals with at Ecamm, who helped me out, because when I did the Black Friday special for Ecamm, that wasn't for the pro version, and you need the pro version in order to do the interview where I bring in people, outside and stuff. So that's what I wanted to say there. So anyway, moving right past that.
Thanks for that.
Thanks, Ecamm. What we're going to talk about this week is, and not in specifics, but kind of generally speak about some of the stuff that went on at CES, as far as Apple users go. And is it going to let me do it? Yes. Oh no, it's Gaz. Oh no. No, that's us
you
duo.
messed up again.
Oh, Yeah, I got to figure this out. This is so frustrating. And if you watch the video, assuming that I have a video, because we don't have a video for last week, get on with it. I can hear Gaz saying, all right. A lot of what went on at CES as far as Apple users go is the same old of USB, Thunderbolt hubs, enhanced storage options, and nifty monitors. However, beyond that, there's some stuff that really matters, including, well, matters. And Apple's home integration with the broader universe of home automation. Let's see, CCTV and locks. Also devices meant to work with Apple's Find My, CarPlay, Apple Wallet, and Watch. But let's start off talking about HomeKit, Matter, and Apple Home. Smart home vendors use Matter and Thread to tighten integration with the Apple Home app and HomeKit automations. The Eve thermostat, Matter plus Thread thermostat, controllable through Apple Home and Siri with no cloud subscription dependency. I was on Dave Ginsburg's In Touch with iOS on Thursday, and the subject came up of these smart devices that every single time you use them, or probably God knows how many times per day, are calling back to the manufacturer and giving them God only knows what kind of information. So anything that allows you to do the initial setup and to use it without having to go online and go all the way back to the mothership for whatever information, I think is a good thing. Because if you recall, Gaz, it wasn't that long ago that a bunch of Nest equipment, after Google bought Nest, just stopped working because they decided it wasn't worth updating the software for it. And all the people who had spent money on Nest products were completely screwed. There wasn't anything they could do about it. So anything that adds to the not having to go back to the mothership for more information or to give them more information is a good thing.
Agreed.
Equara, I'm not sure.
Akara.
All right. Yep. Matter bridge devices. These are hubs and universal Matter bridges that can expose older non-Matter gear, air conditioners, amps, TVs, into Matter platforms, including Apple Home, so that you can drive more gear from iPhone and home automations. So it's taken a long time, but Apple is finally kind of joining the general crowd in home automation.
But they're only joining the general crowd because of Matter, I think.
Yes.
And these other processes. It's come to them rather than them going to it, I think.
Yeah, but it was something because they were going to lose.
Yeah.
On their own. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Apple was not going to be able to continue with just having Apple approved vendors for home automation devices. That just wasn't going to work.
Agreed. Totally agree.
Okay. Deeper Apple Home Plus security or camera security ties. Smart security brands extended or confirmed Apple Home and HomeKit secure video support for their ecosystems. Camera hubs like UFIs use Matter over Wi-Fi to integrate cameras and sensors with Apple Home once certifications are in place, which is a good thing. So, if you have cameras around your home, instead of having to have specialized hardware to view it or make changes to it, you should be able to do it through Apple Home. Also, new locks, contact sensors, and other peripherals announced as Matter certified are positioned to plug into Apple Home scenes and automations with minimal extra setup. And again, this is all good news. It's just taken a while for it to kind of take effect. And this will entice me to try more home automation if I can use my existing equipment and not have to set up a bunch of extra stuff. Apple Wallet and Apple Watch access, door locks, and access systems leaned into Apple Wallet and Apple Watch's keys. The Akara, is that right? Akara, yeah. Akara Smart Lock U400 supports Apple Home Key with ultra wideband for precise proximity unlocking via iPhone or Apple Watch.
That looks really good, actually. It looks really, really good. The only problem is here in Europe, we have a lot of UPVC doors, which are the double glazed doors and the plastic doors. And those have got special locks on it. This Akara lock, as far as I'm aware, is just like a standalone unit, which you'd put into, a normal
standard
latch.
Right.
And so they need to bring one out, which is similar to this, which also fits those locks. That may already be available. I haven't looked, but Akara are pretty good when it comes to automation. Actually, I think our good friend Carl Madden uses a bit of Akara stuff as well.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier. He because our show notes are shared with Carl, so he was like, "Don't screw up Matter this time like you did the last time, guy." And it was like, I refuse to lock myself into anything like that. If I'm going to screw up, it's going to be big. So, moving on, other Matter thread deadbolts support NFC unlocking with iPhone and Apple Watch alongside app keyboard entry, tightening wallet style use cases. All good news. Now, car brand and in-car audio. Car audio brands expanded what aftermarket CarPlay setups can do for iPhone users. Pioneer, which has sold CarPlay units for a really, really long time, announced an aftermarket CarPlay head unit with support for spatial audio, bringing more of Apple's advanced audio experience into existing cars. And new dash cams and displays are being sold as CarPlay aware or CarPlay friendly, pitched explicitly at iPhone first drivers, even when not deeply integrated at the OS level.
Now, can I just ask a question? Because
Sure.
It used to be that a lot of cars, you could actually get aftermarket devices to fit in and upgrade it. Cars these days, they are so unique. If you get in a car now, basically you've just got a screen. There's kind of no space to have a separate head. So I bet they are going to have to make something which sits under the seat and connects into the unit via some sort of wiring contact and process that then allows you to use that device within the screen that they've got, because you don't have like radio heads anymore in the in vehicles, do you? Which where you could buy really a separate unit. So
as far as
I'm surprised that they've done that. So I'd be interested to look at that.
Well, and the other thing to remember is that you cannot remove a lot of cars' audio system without disabling other parts of the car. So it's integrated into, not only your radio and GPS and navigation, all the rest of
absolutely.
That. It may be also hooked in through environmental controls.
It's all integrated. Yeah, it's all integrated.
Yeah. So in cases like that, no, you can't just replace the unit. Now, my son Peter has an older Nissan from 2016, I think, or 2017. And he can pull that unit out and put something like this in.
Yep.
Though if your car is like nearly 10 years old, do you really want to spend however much one of these units cost to get CarPlay? Because it's not going to add to the resale value.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If you've got a perfectly reasonable mic, why would you buy another one?
I'm sorry. That question has nothing whatsoever to do with this topic. I was always in search of a better mic.
Did you talk? Did you also talk about dash cams?
Yes.
Okay, I've got another gripe here, but this is with the car manufacturers. Car manufacturers, can you kind of just say yes? It may be an upgrade, and I get that, but can you offer dash cams as an integrated upgrade to your cars, please? Because they are becoming more and more important in a vehicle.
Some do. I think just off the top of my head, there is an actual in-factory unit for certain Mazda cars.
Should be every manufacturer.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. And it shouldn't even really be that big of a deal as far as cost goes, because you're already running, almost, 99% of cars these days have a rear backup camera. So you already have a camera back there. So if you bring the signal from that camera up to the front, which you do because it goes right into your...
I get the technology, Guy. I get the technology. I just think car manufacturers should really...
Well, they should.
All of them should be offering it.
And it should be, like these days, almost every single car has blind spot monitoring that gives you a little signal on your mirrors when there's a car that you may not be able to see. And it's almost every car now. So this is just like one more thing to put in that really doesn't cost the manufacturer that much. And yeah, it should be included. Unless you're GM, then just keep doing the stupid things that you do and don't include CarPlay at all. And, you'll go out of business. Well, probably not. But we can wish they could. Moving on. Find My and tracking integrations. Apple's Find My network is creeping, love that, into more everyday accessories shown at CES. Trackable wallets and stands. Several MagSafe wallets and stands now include chipsets, that integrate with Apple's Find My, effectively turning them into AirTag-like items. I guess having your wallet for Find My would be a good thing, but I'm kind of not convinced that that's a great use of Find My. There's also tripod wallet, field wallet with built-in Apple Find My with tracking chimes, last location view. How's that going to work? And wireless recharging over MagSafe with a 6-month battery life. Now, some of the things that I think would be cool would be things like keychains. Have a keychain that you have Find My on, because I cannot tell you how many times I'm like, where the hell are my keys? I can't find my keys. And so that would be that. I think that would be a good use of it. But putting a sensor in my wallet, I don't know. I just don't see the logic in that.
Well, if you lose your wallet,
they're going to take the money and cards out of it and throw it away immediately.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, but if you, the thing is, if you've lost it, you'll probably know that you've lost it. There's a difference here. Losing your wallet, because the amount of times, and I know that this has happened to people that have thought they've lost their wallet and cancel all the cards, and then a day later or less
they have found
the wallet.
Okay.
All right. In that scenario, that would be really useful.
It would be. It would be.
In the pinch scenario, if you're aware pretty quick, it could be useful. But I agree with you. If it's been pinched and you weren't aware of it, then you could find the wallet, but the cards and any cash.
Yeah, everything that's actually useful and valuable, gone. It's going to be gone right away. Broader Apple ecosystem accessories.
Can I ask a favor, though?
Of course.
On Find My, please. Find My's great. It is great-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over there-ish. It's going to be in this area-ish. And that's what I found with Find My. Even I'm a household with lots of Apple products, so they should be able to pinpoint something really accurately. Sometimes it seems more accurate than others, but yeah. Sometimes it's more accurate than others, but also I found it when I'm thinking, oh, that is not right. Also, Beats. These Beats that I've got, which I love, I absolutely love, but they are dreadful. If I misplace this, right, this closed unit, and I can't find the unit, Apple can't find it. It's got to be open. It can't send a sound to it. Unless it's open, then it will locate the thing because the battery kicks in. But if the case is shut, can't find the damn thing. So come on, Beats and Apple, get your game together.
That seems to be a slight design flaw.
Complete design flaw.
Okay. Broader Apple ecosystem accessories at CES highlighted how some of this is, again, like what? Power banks, stands, and everyday carry gear increasingly advertise Find My and iOS level integration as key selling points. Again, everyday carry, keys, your wallet, things like that. Power banks, I don't know. And I think partially, I mean, do you own a power bank? Let me ask you that real quick.
I own several.
Do you actually use them? Because honestly,
often.
Okay,
often.
Well, Apple Gear,
especially when I'm going away, Guy, I use them a lot.
Well, I could understand a trip to Vietnam, but
but not just when I'm going to Vietnam. If we're doing like a monster walk or a big bike ride or something, and I'm thinking, I just may need some power up on my phone, then I've actually got a small power bank that is a light. So I'm carrying that on every ride.
Okay.
And then if my phone is dying, I can actually use that because it's got an integrated cable to go onto my. Yeah, I use power banks a lot. Yeah. I've got a large one and I've got a smaller one according to, the type of trip I'm doing. When I used to go to Silverstone, I was always using the power bank during the day. So,
and remember, folks, F1 is now out on Apple streaming.
Don't watch it. Don't waste your life.
Apparently, Gaz isn't a big fan of the movie. He actually saw parts of it filmed. Amazing.
I did.
Okay, so I guess I can see having power banks with Find My.
Eventually.
Stands. Okay, never mind. I'm sure that somewhere out there, people are buying these things simply because they are Find My compatible. It would not be a selling point for me.
Both you and I are quite high on the fact that if it doesn't have CarPlay in a car, we won't buy the damn car.
Yes.
That's quite a leap from, I'm going to make sure that most of my devices have got Find My on them. When it comes to a few £100 or even less, and we're talking, I ain't going to buy a vehicle unless it's got CarPlay. No. A few thousand, yeah.
Few thousand. You know how much average new car? $35,000 here in the States.
Yeah, I'm going to say in the UK it's 20,000 at least, 25,000. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's for like nothing special. But anyway, moving on to something that is special.
Hit it. Gaz's tips.
No, and I definitely haven't got one that I can jump into.
Sorry, folks. Week. No Gaz's tip this week. We also
you just like calling me out on it, don't you? Really?
No, not at all. Because that would be a real dick move on my part. Oh, he's nodding his head. Oh crap! I missed the key.
You see, I line them up for you.
That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips.
Is that the end of the tip?
Will you let me finish?
Gaz, you are absolutely right.
Okay, and of course the tip this week is don't be a dick.
I know the only reason you play that is just so that you can play that second end of Gaz's tips bit.
No. I think that You're exaggerating, sir. Or
Am
maybe
I?
not. Oh, you said you had a pick this week? Or you're going to put in a link?
I've put a link into Gaz's link. Do you want to move the link? Do you want me to move the link into, I'm going to move it anyway, into, for pick's sake. Here you go. There you go.
Cool.
Moved.
It's getting moved as we speak, folks. You're getting to see how the sausage is made. So.
I like sausage.
Me too. Gaz has a pick, but we already talked about it. We don't have any feedback this week.
What? Wait, what? What?
No,
Wait, what?
What? Huh? What?
Good grief. Do you know what that means, Guy?
What's that?
That means last week's show was perfect.
Okay. And no one will be able to see it because StreamYard lost the video somehow.
Yeah, but they would have listened to it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it was an audio podcast too, I suppose. Since that's where most people consume this show. Okay. If you do some feedback. You can remember
I have to say to you.
If you've done an iTunes review or some kind of iTunes, God, I keep forgetting to change that. Some kind of review through the podcatcher of your choice. And we've spoken on the show about it, and you need to let us know about it. You need to send me another email so that you can get your Woody. And if you don't know what a Woody is, that is a big W, big O, big T, little I, little E, exclamation mark. That is a Woody. And as far as bumpers go, which you will hear, there'll be one before we even start talking at the beginning of this show. You can say whatever you want about us. That's like, it's a no-brainer. If you don't like us, tell us why. Within 5, he's wearing his hat of, it's the hat of something. That's up to you to decide what the hat is. It's the hat of Vietnam. Okay. You can say whatever you want. 5 to 10 seconds, please. Makes it much easier. And if you have to use naughty words, then they will be beeped. And another hat. Whoa, what is that one?
Well, you see, the thing is, now, folks, we're going completely off topic here. But basically, what I did in Vietnam was I wanted to bring back something. I wanted to bring back one of the conical hats that you always see, Vietnamese and often in Oriental places wearing them. But we did see them being worn a lot. But what you also see millions of are these.
Is that for like when you're riding a moped or something?
Correct.
What are the odds?
And I thought, right, and what we're going to do with both of these is get two little hooks. We've got a mirror. You come into our house, you go into the hallway, and there's a mirror. And we're going to put each of these hats each side of the mirror because we know that when people come in and they see the mirror and they see the hats, they're going to try them on, Guy. Anyway, sorry about that.
It probably wouldn't fit my big head.
No, well,
and I know that. You know what? You know how I know that, Gaz?
I think the conical one would because it's kind of expanding.
Yeah, Guy. But did you know how I know that that yellow one won't fit?
Because you're wearing your hat of intelligence.
Exactly. I can't get it off.
You're just proving how intelligent you are at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I start to take it off, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Let's see if you'd like to support the show after all of that. You can send us whatever you want through coffee, ko-fi.com/MacParrot. Or you can pay a pal through PayPal, paypal.me/MacParrot. And Gaz, if people wanted to contact us, and then you, how would they do that?
Call 703-284-6777 for the Mind Mac podcast with Guy and Gaz. It's tech heaven. That's 703-828-4677.
And there it goes.
Well, that is weird. So that's not just StreamYard that does it.
No,
okay,
it's
so
happening everywhere.
You heard the number. Guy will probably remind it, but you can
will.
also contact us via an email address,
which
is gmenshow at icloud.com. gmenshow at icloud.com. Now, Guy is also going to tell you, because you can also contact me on lots of socials, right?
You can.
Just go for GazMaz. And if you can't contact me by GazMaz on those, just go for gmenshow at icloud.com. However, Guy's going to give you a little bit more information how he can be contacted, because
he's the guy.
Guy's the one. You remember Guy? Guy.
His name was Guy.
Guy says,
I like to go with Guy. Do we know it was a guy?
Guy was paid his $75,000. So.
He can't say anything.
Wait, hold on. I screwed up.
No fool.
Especially if you want
An email from Guy.
remind the listeners and viewers how they can do it.
Okay. Well, for email,
contact you directly.
Yes.
Will you let me finish?
Yes. Can I go now?
Yes.
Okay, good. gmenshow at icloud.com. That is the email address that we're using now for the show. If you'd like to get a hold of me on some of the socials, the ones that I'm typically on, and these are like so polar opposite from one another that I get very confused when I'm on both of them. One, of course, is Twaxter. I am MacParrot and VertShark. Over there on the Twixter. And over on the Skies of Blue, I am also MacParrot and VertShark. And over there on both of those platforms, we also have Guy and Gaz. That is GUYANDGAZ.
Cars.
Over there on Twixter and Skies of Blue. And of course, we have our telephone number, which is
703-828-4678.
That's right, Gaz. That's right. 703-828-46. If you are outside of the U.S., you're hello.
I thought someone was ringing it then.
I thought so too. Use the country code, which is 1, and then the number, and you very much likely will incur charges if dialed directly. Other stuff, Guy's Daily Drive, mostly an archive for all the ones I did going back to 2018. Tales from the AI verse, which still only has 2 episodes, but there'll be another one coming out so soon. Yeah. Now, sad part of the show. So sad. It's time to go, Gaz.
Oh.
We appreciate the fact that all of you download and listen to the GMen Show podcast. It is greatly, no kidding, greatly appreciated. Also, Gaz, I think that this week we were good enough. Brand new platform and all. And that we were smart enough, though using a brand new platform when you're not quite sure how it works and still haven't got everything all figured out, could be considered by some to be less than smart. Maybe. And that, doggone it, woof, 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 wilf, wolf, walf, I don't know, woof.
Woof.
People like us.
Guy, did you know that my dream job is cleaning mirrors?
Really?
It's because I can really see myself doing that. End.
so you can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on. Go on home and go home.